Spokane, Washington. October 14th, 2024. It's 6:47 a.m. Gray light through the kitchen window. The kind that doesn't commit to morning. You are 58 years old. 2 cups of coffee on the table. Only one is yours. Across from you sits a girl. She turned 23 last Tuesday. Her name is Wren. She works at an independent bookstore, East Sprague Avenue, the same one your daughter worked at. 15 years ago. She wears a Whitworth cross-country hoodie. Her hands wrap around the mug, like she's cold, even though the heat is on. Between you on the table, a yellowed envelope. Brokerage statement size, sealed with old tape. The tape has turned amber. 3 words written in blue cursive. Open at 23. Wren hasn't touched it yet. She looks at the envelope, then at you, then back at the envelope. You slide it across the table. It's yours now, you say. She doesn't ask what's inside. She already knows. Because 35 years ago, someone slid an envelope toward you, and it changed everything. This is how compounding really works. It starts with one quiet decision. Cleveland, Ohio. March 9th, 1989. 4:12 p.m. You are sitting on the floor. A 1-bedroom apartment, West 25th Street, surrounded by your grandmother's things. She died 11 days ago. You inherited $1,800, a chipped enamel library pen, and a sealed envelope. Left with the funeral director. The envelope has your name on it. Open at 23. You turned 23 in February. You open it. Inside is a single sheet of stationery and a folded brokerage statement, dated 1962. Your grandmother, Helen, bought 4 shares of an industrial conglomerate in October 1961 for $92 total. The letter says, 89 cents a week. Kept me alive in 1961. I bought 4 shares instead of a coat. I was cold that winter. I have not been cold since. Helen. You sit there for a long time. That night you call Marcus, your best friend from high school. He works at a Foot Locker in Lakewood. You tell him about the 1800. Bro, $1,800? That's a trip to Florida. And a deposit on a Camaro. He's laughing. You don't laugh. On March 14th, you walk in. A brokerage office on Euclid Avenue. There is a woman there. Her name is Nina. She is in her 50s. Gray at the temples. She was your grandmother's friend. She knew this day might come. She helps you open an account. You buy 47 shares of a low-cost index fund. The total is $1,700. $82.41. You keep the receipt. You take the brokerage envelope. You fold the receipt inside. You write 3 words on the front. You seal it with tape. Open at 23. You don't know who you're writing it to, but you know there will be someone. Wealth doesn't start with money. It starts with refusing to spend the seed. Cleveland, Ohio. June 22nd, 1994. 9:18 p.m. You are 5 years in. $31,000 a year. Junior estimator at a roofing company. Every 2 weeks. $280 leaves. Automatically. Into the brokerage account Nina opened. You have stopped looking at the balance. Marcus has a leased Mustang. He drives it to your apartment on Saturday. He wants to go to Put-in-Bay. He talks about a girl he's dating. His cell phone bill, $78 a month. He doesn't ask about the brokerage account. Nobody asks about the brokerage account. In November, the market drops. 14% in 3 weeks. You feel something tighten in your chest. You drive to Nina's office. You don't have an appointment. She sees you anyway. She doesn't say much. She slides a paper across her desk. A chart. Going up and to the right. She circles 4 spots. This was 1973. And this was 1987. People sold here. Their grandchildren are renters. You go home. You don't sell. You don't even log in. That winter you meet Sophia, a used bookstore in Tremont. She is reading Joan Didion. Dark curly hair, quiet voice. She asks what you do. You say you estimate roofs. She laughs warmly. You don't tell her about the account. Not yet. The market is loudest. When it should be ignored. Akron, Ohio. April 4th, 1999. 11:51 p.m. Your daughter Iris was born 9 hours ago. 6 pounds 2 ounces. Sophia is sleeping. The nurses dim the lights. You are sitting in a vinyl chair, holding a sleeping baby. She weighs less than a sack of flour. You are 33 years old. You are scared. In a way you have never been. 3 days later, you go home. You log into the brokerage account. For the first time in 2 years, the balance reads $41,618. You stare at it. You raise the auto transfer from $280 to $400. You can't really afford it. You do it anyway. The next week, you walk into a stationery store, Market Street. You buy a small leather notebook. On the first page, you write, Iris, born April 4th, 1999. Account opened April 12th. Starting balance $50. You open a custodial account. Every birthday and Christmas, $50 goes in. No more, no less. You don't tell anyone, including Sophia. Marcus calls you in May. He just bought a townhouse. Strongsville, 3% down. 40-year amortization. He keeps saying building equity. He drives a Tahoe now. He has a daughter, too, born 2 months after Iris. You ask what he's putting away for her. I'll figure that out when she's older. You don't say anything. You go home and write a sentence. The hardest gift to give is the one nobody can see yet. That night you take out the envelope. You hold it up to the lamp. The tape is still amber. The 3 words still slanted. You put it back. Compounding is what happens when you don't interrupt it. Akron, Ohio. September 11th, 2005. 7:33 a.m. You are 39. Iris is 6. Sophia teaches 3rd grade. You were promoted to senior estimator. $64,000 a year. The brokerage balance reads $149,211. You stare for a long time. It is not the number. It is the silence of how it happened. You did not negotiate it. You did not hustle for it. You did not optimize it. You set up an auto transfer in '89 and lived your life. The money built itself. In the dark, like a coral reef. That fall, Marcus refinances, pulls $30,000 from his townhouse to redo the kitchen and buy a base boat. Lauren loves the marble countertops. Marcus shows you the boat. Labor Day cookout. It's named Second Wind. You ask about his 401k match. They match 3%. Not enough to matter. You don't argue with him. You go inside. You find Iris drawing, using a pencil down to the stub. You sit beside her. She asks what you do at work. You guess how much things cost before anyone builds them. She thinks about this. That's a weird job, she says. You laugh for the first time that week. The boring path looks boring because it works. Akron, Ohio, February 28th, 2011. 8:14 p.m. Your mother died on Tuesday. She was 68. The funeral was today. You're in your father's old recliner. He died 9 years ago. The house is full of casseroles. You will not eat them. Iris is 12. She is asleep upstairs. Sophia washes dishes you already washed. You are 45 years old. 22 years of investing. Last check in January. $396,000. Your mother left $14,000 and a 1996 Buick LeSabre. You don't need either. You drive to Nina's office Monday. Nina is 73 now. She still works 2 days a week. She still wears the navy blazer. You want to invest the $14,000. She nods like she expected this. How is the letter? She asks. You haven't thought about it in years. It moved from Cleveland to Akron, in a shoebox. Now it lives in a desk drawer. You go home that night. You take the envelope out. You hold it up to the lamp. The tape is still amber. You don't open it. But you write a second sheet. In your own handwriting. In 1989, I had $1,800. I bought 47 shares. In 2011, those shares are worth more than her house. Don't be cold. Yours. You slide it into the envelope. You reseal it with fresh tape. That spring, Marcus loses his job. The roofing industry contracts. He hadn't been saving. He sells the base boat. For less than half he paid. He sells the Tahoe. Cashes out his small 401k. Pays the penalty. He calls you crying. 11:14 p.m. Thursday in April. You drive over. You sit on his couch until 2. You don't lecture him. You make him a list. 3 things to do Monday. He does them. He starts over. He is 45 too. The cost of starting late is not the math. It is the dignity. Spokane, Washington, June 18th, 2017, 6:08 p.m. You moved to Spokane 2 years ago. Sophia's mother needed care. Estimator for a regional firm. $86,000 a year. You drive a 2011 Camry. 141,000 miles. The balance reads $872,314. Iris is 18. She just graduated high school. Wants to study English literature. Whitworth University, 12 minutes away. Working at an independent bookstore. East Sprague Avenue, since 16. Tonight, Iris turns the corner. She asks you a question. Dad, how do people retire? You set down your coffee. You don't give her a speech. You go upstairs. You come back with the notebook, the one with her name. On the first page, you open to the most recent entry. You slide it across the table. The custodial account reads $29,400. She doesn't speak for a minute. You did this since I was a baby? You nod. Why didn't you tell me? Because you would have spent it. She thinks about this. She doesn't argue. That night you take out the envelope. In a different drawer now. You sit at the kitchen table. You hold it up to the lamp. You don't open it. You slide a third sheet inside. I have a daughter. She is 18. Leaving this for whoever comes after. 89 cents a week is real. You reseal it. Wealth that has never been spent is not money. It is memory. Spokane, Washington, October 14th, 2024, 6:47 a.m. again. You are 58. The balance reads $1,842,619. Iris is 25. She lives in Seattle, a high school English teacher, maxing her own Roth IRA since she was 22. You did not tell her to. She watched you for 25 years. She decided to be like you. She called you 3 weeks ago, told you about a girl from her old bookstore. Her name is Wren. Her mother died in February. She is 22, working 2 jobs. She is afraid of money, like Iris was afraid of the dark. Iris asked if you talked to her. You said yes. You invited Wren over for coffee. You did not tell her why. Now Wren is sitting across from you. The envelope is between you. She stares at the 3 slanted words. Open at 23. You watch her for a moment. She has the same look you had in 89. Not greed, not excitement. Quiet, terrified attention. You slide the envelope toward her. Sealed March 14th, 89. She nods. Opened twice, 2011. 2017. Inside is a receipt. 47 shares. And 2 letters. You don't have to do what I did. 89 cents a week. $4.45 a month. Start there, don't stop. She is crying quietly. She is not embarrassed. She picks up the envelope. She doesn't open it. What do I do with it? You add to it. Every decision the world says don't make. Then you give it to someone. She nods. For the first time, she smiles. You realize, sitting there, you did the only thing that mattered. Not the balance. Not the math. Not the 47 shares. The transfer. Money is not what compounds. It is the willingness to wait. Spokane, Washington, February 19th, 2025. 4:08 p.m. Wren is sitting on the floor. A studio apartment. North Monroe Street. A laptop open in front of her. The screen shows a brokerage order page. The amount is $22. The frequency is weekly. A low-cost index fund. Her finger is frozen. Above the trackpad. On the floor beside her. The yellowed envelope? Tape still amber. 3 slanted words on the front. Open at 23. 4 letters inside now. She clicks confirm. The green button glows. She picks up the envelope. She walks to a small wooden desk. She opens the top drawer. She slides the envelope inside. She closes the drawer. She does not log in. For 6 months, somewhere in Spokane, an old man buys a coffee. For a girl he doesn't know yet, she is 14. Works the front counter. She doesn't know yet. 9 years from now, on a gray October morning, someone will slide an envelope across a kitchen table and say it's yours now. The line goes up and to the right. The tape stays amber. The seed keeps moving. Compounding is not financial. It is a kind of love that pretends to be math. The envelope waits.